Hey, namaskar everybody, how are you? Hopefully everybody's been doing fantastic. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by and checking it out. I hope you're gonna stay. If you're already a subscriber, I appreciate it. And what are we gonna do today? Well, one, we know we're gonna be walking. Two, you're probably gonna listen to me ramble. I guess I should say where I'm at right now. I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Well, the outskirts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I actually was downtown on the Strip District. I had to stop at one of my favorite Asian markets, which was Lotus Market. I had to get some spicy ramen. So for any of my Mandarin friends out there, ni hao ma. Today, we are going to talk about the atomic age. We're going to talk about that thing right there, the thing that looks like a big light bulb. How cool is that? We're going to see if we can get in there as well, but we'll walk around. And yeah, while I was at downtown, I was like, man, I'm pretty close to a spot that has some pretty historic significance to it. So, like I said, we're going to talk about the atomic age. And if you're going to talk about the atomic age, you can't talk about the atomic age, which is talking about Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, more specifically, Forest Hills, Pennsylvania, which is where we are at right now, Forest Hills, Pennsylvania. If you talk about Forest Hills, Pennsylvania, you can't talk about that without mentioning Westinghouse. Okay, and that would be Westinghouse Electric Corporation. That's kind of what made this area historic. I mean, Forest Hills would have been here without Westinghouse, but being that Westinghouse was here made it even more historically important. Again, that is called an atom smasher, and hopefully I can get in there and we'll talk more about it. But this was made by the Westinghouse Electric Corporation, which was established in 1886 by George Westinghouse. Now, obviously, this isn't the corporation itself. This whole area right here within that fence would have been the research laboratory. And the research laboratory started in 1937. And it had a decent run, I guess, not a long run, but it had a run, because it was discontinued in 1958. So, yeah, not a long time, but a significantly run. So it's still a little chilly out here, still a little cold, so I'm mumbling a little bit. But what does an atomic smasher do? Well, an atomic smasher, it takes particles, electrons, protons, and speeds them up almost to the speed of light, and it collides them together. And by the use of electromagnets, it forces those particles into one single beam. What would you use those beams for? Well, I'll give you a couple examples. There's a couple birds flying. I'll give you a couple examples. One of, I guess, which would be the negative, would be used for nuclear weapons, which in fact this could have been used to just for that purpose, to make nuclear weapons. You know, the idea anyway. Man, are your seat belts fastened? Good idea. You go to the positive side, it could be used for medical research, cure for cancer. So it had its purpose. Man, that is just crazy how big it is. Isn't that insane? Stop. Got some locks over there. I don't know if we can get in there or not. Let's see. Maybe, well, I see we can't get in that way. Maybe get in over there. Here's an old Westinghouse sign right there. There's the W for Westinghouse. But yeah, it had its purpose. It did definitely have its purpose. And it probably played a purpose in both. Okay, so I guess we can get in here, so let's go walk over to it and we'll see we'll see how big this thing is up close. But yeah, now this whole thing would have been a research building center, whatever. Like I said, that was built in 1937 until 1958. This isn't owned by Westinghouse anymore. Somebody bought it, and I see it's for sale again. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But man, that thing is crazy. Now this here, there's different kind of smashers. Okay, and ones I can think of is a cyclotron. There's a linear and a synchrotron. Those are three I can think of right now. There's more, but this one here was one of the first of its kind, and that's what made this whole area historically significant. This one would be a 5 MeV Van de Graaff nuclear accelerator, and that's exactly what these are. These atom smashers, they accelerate the particles to make that beam. And there's you can see the ladder. This would have been standing up. There would have been a building here, and this would have been standing up straight. So that would have been a ladder, okay? And you can see this ladder would have been able to go around this globe. You see the wheels here up there, so it would have been able to go around. Now I'm trying to think. I think that might have been a window to look in. Okay, I'm trying to think if this was standing up, because I remember seeing in one of the older pictures it would have been a window. Look at that this thing is crazy. And if you go back, get away from that sun. Oh my goodness, I can't get to it. That sun's gonna let's see, I have to go right there. Hopefully we can see it. There's the start of the W right in there, and that stands for Westinghouse. This thing is big, crazy. Wow. Oh yeah, look at that. It's the inside of it, and it echoes, 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 echoes. How crazy is that? Wow, that is crazy. So this played a big part in history. Trying to get the big picture of it here. Yeah, look at that. Oh man, that's awesome right there. Here, you know what? Here's the W. Here's a better W right here. Right here, you can see it. There's the Westinghouse sign right there. So this was 5 stories tall when it was standing up, which would have been about 65 feet tall. This is 35 foot in circumference, and it was painted with aluminum paint, is what that would have been. It wasn't silver paint, it was aluminum paint. But how cool is that? How awesome is that? Man, is that cool. That is so sweet. Now again, I'm giving you information. I'm not an atomic engineer, I'm not a physicist, so don't get too harsh with my information. I'm telling you what I know about it. Now the buildings that were here, all this area, there would have been the gate. I mean, the whole setup's still the same, but this whole area here would have been the research laboratory. In 2015, people were upset, they were shocked, and felt betrayed because they looked out their windows and the atom smasher was being torn down. Well, the building anyway. And that's why this is left the way it is right now. Now I guess the building itself, it was crumbling down. It was there was asbestos in it and everything else like that. So maybe a safety concern, but the people felt betrayed because when Westinghouse sold, and the buyer, they were trying to work together, and the people were kind of promised that this was going to be put on a new base as a monument to the area. That was one. Or there was talks that about a mile away, they were going to build a new municipal building, and they were going to move this as a monument for the area as well. Just imagine that standing up. You could walk underneath it. It'd be cleaned up. You know, it'd be refurbished. It's still here. So, broken promises. Now, I think they really want to do that, but it's the money situation. You know, that's taxpayer money. So the taxpayers want this. I mean, I'm sure some of them do, because this is, I mean, people moved here because of this Westinghouse. That is insane. That's crazy. So yeah, it's still sitting here. I don't know how long it's going to be sitting here. Is it going to look like this if a new person buys this or purchases it? I don't know. Can they take it apart and move it? I don't know. I mean, that's a pretty big thing to move, and it's heavy. I don't know what it weighs, but I know it's heavy. Hey, this looks like a, you know what this reminds me of, this whole area here? This reminds me of just somewhere where you can come with your friends and have a skate session. Yeah. Grab my old 8th Street deck and just do some kick flips and stuff off this stuff. Yeah. So surreal being here right now. And I'm not from the area. Like, I'm not from this area, but it's still surreal. I mean, this was this was some historic significance right here. Man, wow. That's something. I love looking at that. If you're looking at my video, but being right here next to it, it's just unreal how big that is. So yeah, hopefully somebody or some way people can come up with the money, and maybe something will happen with this. Maybe they can make another monument out of this, a park or something. That'd be kind of cool here. Clean it up, have a little park, you know. But you know, everybody has ideas of what they want to do. Yeah, just in ruins. Just in ruins. Yeah. I wish I knew what the building actually looked like, you know, back in the day. I mean, I can see pictures. You know, I can look at pictures and see what it looked like, but like what would it look like inside, you know? Man, look, there's still some ice. It is cold, but there's some ice still on that. Wow. Crazy surreal, right? Yeah, I figured I'd walk around the game, or walk around the grounds. This must have been a parking lot. This probably would have been a parking lot out here. Steps coming in. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. If anybody's looking for a mini dress, I got one right here for you. Oh man. Yeah, so I thought this was a pretty cool place to come check out. I've been past this a few times, never in here, and never actually got up close to it. I thought that said GBH for a minute. I like that band, GBH. Yeah, this is really, really awesome. The Atomic Smasher. I like to see that standing straight up. If I can find pictures, yeah, if I can find pictures, I'll post some at the end of the video, you know, of what this building looked like when that was up. I'll walk around it one more time. Now a little fun fact, we'll call it a fun fact, a little bonus fun fact, which is not really funny, but there was a Russian physicist, Anatoly Bogatsky, I think that's how you would pronounce the name. I'm not sure. He worked for one of Russia's biggest smashers, okay? And something was wrong. There was a malfunction of something, and he went to go check it out. He was trying to figure out what was wrong with it. Well, you know, between bending over and looking for different things, the beam went off, went through his head. He said he didn't have no pain, but he did see a big flash of light. Now, he's a retired physicist. Again, he felt no pain, just seen a thing of light. And after everything, he went to the hospital and stuff. His face was swollen. He's half his face is paralyzed, and he has seizures all the time, amongst some other complications, but no cancer. So, but yeah, like I said, it wasn't a funny story, but I'm gonna call it a bonus fun fact. Yeah, look how big that is. Yeah, this must have been some sort of window or something that you could open up. I'd like to see that in operation, that's spinning around. That is awesome. Cool, right? Well, I think I'm gonna end my video here. I'm glad I could share this with everybody. If you're close to the area, or if you ever come into Pittsburgh, because I think I'm maybe like 15 minutes away from actually downtown Pittsburgh. If you're ever around here, come check this out. It's bigger. It's bigger than it is in this lens. I'm telling you, this is crazy. This is awesome. This is awesome. And you never know, maybe one day this won't be here. No, maybe they will take this apart and scrap it, or maybe they'll actually make it into a monument. Who knows? So I want to thank everybody for watching. Prayers to Ukraine, by the way. They have some tough times going on right now. But that being said, I'm glad you came with me. I'm glad I could share this with you. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. And until I see you on the next trail, Federmalange.